if you want to maintain a good health condition, you should take care of three things. First one is balanced diet, second one is personal hygiene, third one is regular exercise. Balanced diet is nothing but taking food which has equal amount of all the nutrients in your food. Vitamins, proteins, minerals, carbohydrates, everything should be present in your food. Such food you call it as balanced diet and avoid junk foods. Second one is personal hygiene. So your external body parts should be kept clean to maintain a proper personal hygiene. Third thing is regular exercise. Regular exercise should be done. Either you play or you work out in order to keep your body fit. So these three are very important to maintain a good health condition. And also you have yoga, which is an ancient Indian practice for good physical and mental health. And if you are aware of the disease, if you know about vaccination, proper disposal of waste takes place, control of the vectors is done, hygiene in food and water resources are maintained properly, these all things will give you a very good health. So what is this awareness of disease? So if you are getting a disease, or if you are learning about a disease, you should know what body function will be affected because of this disease. Example, jaundice. Jaundice is a disease which is a viral disease which affects the liver of the person who gets jaundice. Example, this affects coronavirus which affects the respiratory system of the person. So you should be aware of the disease and what bodily function is affected because of the disease. If a person gets corona, he has a breathing problem. He doesn't get the proper oxygen level. Okay, so these are all the problems, or these are all the problems because of this corona. You should be aware of corona, or you should be aware of the disease and what bodily function is affected because of the disease. Next, vaccination is nothing but immunization. This immunization is given to boost up your immune system. When a foreign organism is entering into your body should respond to it. For that, you are boosting up your immune system. So the first vaccine given to a baby as soon as it is born is BCG. We have DPT, we have MMR, we have many vaccines available for different diseases. Even this polio was eradicated in India because of the vaccine, polio vaccine, oral polio vaccine. Okay, this is about this vaccine. Proper disposal of waste. Waste should not be dumped in as such around our places. It should be disposed properly. Next is the control of vectors. The waste disposal, I told you, right? Waste disposal is responsible for this vectors. Vectors are nothing but carriers. What are these carriers? You know the disease called malaria. Malaria is a disease which is caused by, due to the bite of a mosquito. Okay, mosquito has an organism in its mouth, and this mosquito is only transferring between two persons. One person having malaria, this blood will be sucked by the mosquito, and it will take the malarial parasite on its mouth, and it goes and bites the second person and it injects the parasite into the second person. So from first person, the second person is getting a disease because of the vector or the carrier, which is a mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. So the mosquito is the carrier. So breeding of mosquitoes should be avoided. Not only mosquitoes, any other vectors which are responsible for the diseases should be controlled properly. Okay, mosquito control should be controlled properly. Last one is hygiene in food, water resources. So water resources and are getting polluted in various ways because of factories, because of this animals, because of the people, so normal citizen. So the water resources are getting polluted enormously. This should be avoided, as well as the food items if you eat food items which are from the roadside, which are not covered properly, housefly may go and sit in a fecal matter and come and sit upon the food which is not covered. And if you eat that, your stomach will be upset. Food poisoning may happen. So, the food as well as the water resources should be properly it should not be polluted. Okay? So, these are all the conditions to be followed properly for achieving good health. This is very, very important. So, if functioning of one or two organ or organ system is affected by certain signs and symptoms, then we are not healthy. This condition is called as the disease. This condition, we call it as disease. Okay? One or two organ or organ system affected by some signs and symptoms, so we are not healthy. The condition, we call it as disease. Diseases are of two types: infectious disease, non-infectious disease. This infectious disease are nothing but any disease which are transmitted from one person to another person. We call it as infectious disease. Non-infectious disease, which is not transmitted between one person to another person, that we call it as non-infectious disease. Infectious disease example is common cold is also an example of infectious disease. When the droplets falls on another person, they also will get the disease, which is transmitted from one person to another person. Who is sitting nearby will get the disease. AIDS is one of the fatal disease which may cause death. Okay, fatal infectious disease. Non-infectious disease, there are several non-infectious diseases. One such thing is cancer. Cancer is a non-infectious disease. And this alone may not be the reason for the disease. There are also taking drugs as well as alcohol abuse. So this also affects the health of the people. Not only infectious and non-infectious disease will affect the health of the people, drug abuse as well as alcohol abuse may also cause the health risk in the people. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please share, subscribe and click the bell icon. Thank you.